My queen Gugu Mabaso pops out of nowhere, goes to the ex-wife of the future op, tells the ex-wife, hey listen, let me represent you, right? Then goes to the op, Gachakumete, goes to the op and tells him straight like, hey my guy, your ex-wife is entitled to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They start arguing, op is understandably pissed. Eventually they settle, they come to an agreement. So basically Gugu won that case. Afterwards, Gugu then goes to the op and is like, hire me. No one is moving like Gugu Mabaso. Anyways, let's start the video. Love, Law and Betrayal. Man, I love this show. A law show. A nice legal drama that follows lawyers, attorneys, court cases, legal battles, all these fancy law terms, subpoenas and expedition, yeah, that stuff. No, man, this is a good show. This is a good show. This is something different. I've said for the longest we need a South African law show. I swear the show could have you believing that you could be a lawyer because it also delivers law stuff to you as the average viewer so nicely. I mean, every episode focuses on a different case, spanning a bunch of different situations that happen just, in life in jail, from like unlawful evictions from where you're staying to if you owe the bank money. Like you can go to court for that. You owe the bank a lot of money, you can go to court for that. I mean, there's even an episode where there's this grieving husband, right? He's out here struggling to bury his wife in Joburg because the wife's family wants her to be buried back in her home in Limpopo. Now that ends up being a whole court battle. And I'm like, you can really go to court for anything, hey? And there were so many things that I didn't know you could go to court for, and how the law actually does help you as a citizen. A big highlight of this show are the court battles. I mean, the court battles that happen in the show are really, they are so well done. They are thrilling. They are exciting, man. They're juicy, for lack of a better term. To quote one of the cast members of the show, Sia Raymond, you have to see James and Gugu in court. It's powerful. The courtroom scenes are incredible. So I know, Love, Law and Betrayal. Let's just get into it. Brought to us from the brilliant mind of Thandi Ramatisele and produced by Izwi Multimedia, Love, Law and Betrayal follows Gugu Mabaso, an up-and-coming smart but cutthroat lawyer from humble Tembisa. Gugu does not take nonsense from nobody and will tell you exactly where she stands. Gugu is ambitious. She is driven. She also has a heart of gold, man. Gugu has such a big heart, always wanting to step up and defend those that can't defend themselves. And she's always ready with the laws, like nothing. So yeah, after strong-arming Mr. Gumede himself, she ends up joining the law firm, getting hired, and she's now working for Gumede and Associates, one of the biggest law firms in the country. At Gumede and Associates, Gugu will be working alongside other top-notch lawyers. We've got James, Ayanda, Lwazi, Fez, the receptionist, some interns. Honestly, shout out to that, like including interns as background characters, and they do actually play a role here and there, like little nitbits. And also the head honcho himself, Mpats, the big boss, Nduna himself, Ubab Gachakumete. Being a law show, one can expect some thrilling court battles, enjoyable legal disputes, all of that legal drama that comes with, Love, Law and Betrayal. And what I enjoy is that every episode in the show is like its own central plot, its own central story. And that makes it nice because you can pretty much just pick any random episode in the show and just enjoy whatever legal action is happening in that episode. There is obviously an overarching story in the show, but you can just enjoy the show at face value for what it is. A big highlight of this show is showing just how the law can defend you as a citizen. By that I mean the amount of things that you can go to court for, to dispute and say like, no, this isn't right. And as I'm watching the show, I'm like, wow, really? You can go to court for that? I mean, there's the obvious things such as taking people to court to protect your brand, to protect your image, dealing with unlawful evictions, getting fired from work, dealing with that, toxic bosses, CCMA, all that jazz. But shout out to Love, Law and Betrayal for showing the other things that you can do. Who knew that you could go to court for to dispute owing a loan? You owe money to the bank? You go to court and you fight that. Or disputing having the right to bury a loved one, you go to court for that as well. Or emancipation from your parents. There's an episode where someone's going to court to emancipate themselves from their parents. And it's wild. It's wild. And I know you're thinking to yourself like, huh? Don't worry, I'm gonna get into those right now. I just want to take a moment to thank the diverse court cases in the show. One would think that because it's a South African show that you would just expect, crime lord is courts, that's why we are here. Or there was a shooting at a taxi rank and you caught the shooters. What? Drunk driver, collision. Like, no, it's literally diverse court cases. Thank you, Love, Law and Betrayal. Thank you, Thandi Ramatisele, for giving us the show. Because, wow. So back to the legal drama. One of the episodes is about this lady that took out a loan for her husband's funeral. Shame. No relatives could pitch in. She took out a loan. She asked for 20k. The bank gave her 40k. So banks are known for predatory lending, giving out loans to people obviously to trap them. And that is grounds for a court case. You can take them to court and be like, no, this was reckless lending. They gave me more than I asked for. It was wrong. And yeah, I was like, oh, okay, I don't know. You could go to court for that. That was that was interesting. In another episode, there's this DJ who lost the love of his life. He lost his wife, and then the wife's family wants to bury her back in Limpopo, whereas he wants to bury her in Joburg. So that also becomes a whole court dispute, which I feel like was a bit unnecessary. I mean, like, okay, Limpopo is home for her. It's where she grew up. I feel like just let her get buried there. What's Joburg? Plus, you're young, my guy. You're probably going to find a new woman soon, whereas the family in Limpopo is going to mourn her for forever. So, but anyways, yeah, that was another thing that I was like, oh, people go to court for literally anything, hey? Then there's the emancipation episode. So there's this child who wants to be emancipated from the parents, wants to live by themselves, no longer have to deal with the parents because this child is LGBTQ and the parents don't gel with that. So the child wants to leave and wants nothing to do with them. And I'm watching this episode, I'm like, wait, you can go to court to say I don't want my parents to look after me? In this economy? In this economy? With this unemployment rates, yes, South Africa. My guy. Yo, okay, let me not sound insensitive. I don't excuse for what you're going through. But like, you're 16 years old, just 2 more years, matriculate, go live your best life. Yo, I wanna leave the household, this feeding in this unemployment crisis. Love, Law and Betrayal will really surprise you. Like, you'll be really surprised with the amount of things that you have the right to fight for, hey? I know, this show is good. I'm enjoying it, full of surprises. You know what else would be a nice surprise? For you to click like and for you to subscribe, Shem. That would be a nice surprise for me. But yes, the biggest surprise of all was finding out that you can sue the Minister of Police? What do you mean? What do you mean it happens more than you think? Nah. What do you mean that we are out here suing the Minister of Police, bruh? Can a lawyer please comment down in the comments, or someone studying law or anyone within this field, just let me know. Suing the Minister of Police. Can you sue the ministers? Can we sue them for this lack of service delivery? Because I mean, I think Tula Shem. I think Tula before. Anyways, let's move on. I gotta be honest though, in the episode with the whole eviction case that's going down, that landlord's crash out was valid. Because how are you out here owing me 3 months rent? 3 months rent, bro. 3 months. I would have crashed out too. But to be 100% clear, please know that I do not condone his actions. Because in the episode, the landlord is out here threatening people, busting down doors, being aggressive. I do not condone that. 3 months rent, bruh. How are you owing me 3 In case you're concerned that I'm spoiling the show, there's still so much that I haven't talked about. There's still a bunch of court cases, not to mention the character dynamics and the conflicts that happen in the show, the drama. How, for one thing, Ayanda is constantly fighting for her dad's approval. Shamukal is constantly just wanting her dad to just say, I'm proud of you or I love you. And then there's James. James, the certified bag chaser. If you ain't talking money, I don't wanna talk. Hey, there's also the rival law firm in the show, Abo Nkabinde Inc. Yo, this guy is everywhere. I Shem Nkabinde Inc. I bayangichaza Shem. And also Gugu's boyfriend, Shem, Gugu's boyfriend, ish. Tabo Shem, the hustling boyfriend who can only do so much, ish. Yo, I almost forgot to mention that Gugu got a whole Mashonisa arrested. A whole Mashonisa, a loan shark. She got a loan shark arrested. I'm sure you all are watching this like, eh? We can do that? I just want to say proceed with caution. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for just, viewing my little video over here. I really do appreciate it. Love, Law, and Betrayal, man. What a diamond of a show, the diamond in the rough, so to speak. Also, at the time of recording this video, the second season just dropped. I checked the trailer. It seems like season 2 is gonna be a banger of a show. Only thing I don't like is what's happening with James, bruh. What is this look that you got going on, my guy? Nah, bruh. Please go back to the fresh cut that you have. This ain't it, my G. This ain't it. Also, I've noticed now in the second season, they obviously have added more characters to the show. They even seem to be diversifying the cast, which I think is a very good thing. I remember when I used to imagine a South African show, I always felt like a good South African law show where the cast is comprised of everyone from every ethnicity, so to speak. You've got your African, you've got your colored person, you've got your Indian, you've got your Caucasian person in the show. And I think that'll be good to really represent the different dynamics of what each person deals with in real life. And this show already has a good start with how I said prior that the court cases is more than what you'd expect. So I'd like to see that in the different communities. In South Africa, I really think that would be nice to see what is a Boraman arguing with, what does the Indian person argue with, what does this person. I think that would be very good. I think the reason why I'm like feeling this right now is because for some reason I keep picturing that lady, man, that journalist. I think she worked on Carte Blanche. Konje, who is she again? I'm gonna have to Google this real quick. Govender, Devi Govender. Yes, Devi Govender. For some reason, I can picture her being in a show like this. Like, put her in this show. Not like her specifically. I mean, like a character inspired by Devi Govender. I feel like would kill it in a legal show or a law show. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate the views. I appreciate their love. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, share with your friends. Till next time, bye, Scop. Enjoy, yeah. Okay, I just have to get this off my chest. You see the episode where the guy is fighting to have his wife buried in Joburg, but the family wants to take the daughter back to Limpopo. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm totally against it. My guy, you are young. You look like you are in your 30s. You at some point you are gonna remarry and start a whole new family with some other woman. Meanwhile, the family's still gonna mourn their daughter. Their daughter is gone. Someone that they raised from birth. That child grew up in Limpopo. I feel like the child should have just been buried in Limpopo. I feel like this was wrong. You are in your 30s and you're a DJ. At some point, you're going to go back to partying, to living your best life. Meanwhile, the family back home in Limpopo is still missing their child. Now they have to do tombstone unveiling or what. Now they must travel. No, this was wrong. I'm sorry. This was wrong. They should have let the daughter be buried at her home in Limpopo. And also, Joburg cemeteries aren't even maintained. They're not even well maintained. Or at least the ones I've seen, like the one called Tembisa. People are just walking around and whatnot. Do you really want someone buried there? Honestly, me, if I die in Joburg, please take me back home to Mpuma. And also, it wasn't even stated whether or not they had kids. To me, it just seemed like a couple that was dating for maybe a good 2, 3, 4 years. Maybe they got married, and then now, I'm very much against this. I'm so sorry for that family in Limpopo that now has to struggle to see the child. There's elders, there's relatives back home in Limpopo. They must travel. Okay. Let me end the video.